Good evening, friends, and welcome back to Star Citizen on Emily's Game. We are at, I believe this is Crew L5. It's just a random station, and I want to show you something that I have recently learned works. It's something that we used to have in the game that was very helpful, that stopped working, went away. I don't know, I could not do it anymore. It drove me nuts. It went away when the hauling missions came in and the Atlas came out. Auto loading and unloading of ships. If you can believe it, it's still a thing.
Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility.
A lot of people have been complaining that it doesn't work. It's not there. It's missing. It's a pain. They don't want to do hauling because of this. I came across something in one of the terminals that made me believe that it was there. So I did some research. Couldn't find anything on it. So I came and tested it. Somebody said if it's going to work, it's only going to work a station with cargo centers. That is not true. Any station you can store your ship at is where it's going to work. Let me demonstrate. All right, you want to go to the Galleria at the station that you stored your ship at. Come up to the kiosk. Now, this is why I think people think it doesn't work. My M2 is here. So I'm going to pick it. Nothing happens. But did you see that? I hit the select location. What appears to happen is an item above your ship in the list is what typically works. If you've got a lot of ships in the list, it's more scattered. One station I was at, I had to choose myself. It's supposed to show me if I've got a backpack here, Sexy Snipes. I picked that and that showed my ship. But hitting Crusader M2, not a valid location. Hitting select location, it works. I don't know why. I have the same problem with the Hall C. So the Hall C does work. It's more likely to work when you click on the Hall C, but I have found that it sometimes, if you get a lot of ships there, it doesn't line up or something. I don't know. I think I broke that terminal. The game's on to me. So we're going to select location, which is oddly enough going to give me my M2. And you can see this is my M2, 522 SCU, blah, 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 blah. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to buy enough scrap to fill my M2. Now, I'm not going to fill the M2 with this, right? I just wanted to do this to show you. All right, so we're going to go ahead and buy this. This is just scrap. It's just cheap crap. If I lose it, I'm not too worried about it. But estimated load time, 5 minutes. I'm going to let this load. It cost me 6.9 thousand to load it. And I'm going to tell you, what I'm going to make off this is piddly compared to what I've been making. I've been selling other commodities, making 800, 900, 1.2 million here and there. You have to do some research to find out what it is, but the cargo loading and unloading cost is so worth it when this works. So just remember, we're paying 436,000 for this load. I'll be back in 5 minutes. As I wanted to remind you too that you know when your ship is done being loaded by going to your ASOP terminal. Find your ship. And if you look right here, cargo transfer in progress, 3 minutes, 52 seconds. So we've got just under 4 minutes. I'm going to piss off and go talk to one of my friends in Discord while I wait. I will see you shortly. My friends, the ship is done being loaded. Now, it's very tempting to call it from ASOP. I'm going to put a warning here. Do not call your ship from the ASOP terminals. There's something wrong with this. Every time I've done it, I have lost the ship, lost the cargo, had issues with the ship sitting inside in the door of the hangar elevator, all sorts of crap. If you call it here, you risk that. It's a higher risk. If you go to your hangar and call it there, it works. I don't know why. I've just noticed that on an ever increasing scale. So just FYI on that. I think it's because it does this when you come in. I don't know. whatever. So I'm going to call the ship. I'm going to head to my next location, which is Orison. Spoiler alert. We're going to attempt to have the cargo auto unloaded. And I believe what was it, 436,000 is what we paid. We're gonna see how much we made off of it. But we're doing this just to show that this works. I've had uh, I've had a little bit of issues doing this, not much. For the majority, it has been working pretty well. So, all right, guys, I'll see you over at Orson. My friends, after some headaches and server hops, I could not quantum jump anywhere. I finally got to Orison. I couldn't get a hanger, so I'm now down at Pyro because I can sell this shit at Pyro. Anyways, you might be wondering, well, what shit is she talking about? There's nothing here. This is a bug, I think, that happens with auto loading and unloading. If I stored the ship, left the game, came back, and brought the ship up, it would show the cargo. But for some reason, when you load it, it doesn't always show it right away. I'm pretty certain it's there. We're gonna go find out. We're gonna store the ship.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Store that ship.
Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Please visit us.
I'm just gonna make sure it stores because the game has been kind of fun lately. Just a little bit of fun. Had a couple issues with elevators and hangars and the normal Star Citizen stuff. Yay! Success. Excelsior. Watch the elevators not work here. What the Okay, whatever. I think the elevators just about killed me. Would have killed me. Alright, we go off to the admin center at the Galleria. Here we are at the Pyro Gateway Galleria. If you remember, picking the ship does not yield results. You have to pick something else. In our case, I believe it'll be select location, just like it was last time. And if you look, there's my scrap. It is in demand. I can sell for 533K. Okay, that's not quite 100K for about what 60% load of my ship. Just demonstrating to you that this can work. This does happen. So even though we couldn't see it on the ship, it is there. Don't freak out. Don't guarantee. I was right. 61.3%. I didn't see that before. I was like 60%. I guess my math is a little better than I thought. Don't judge. Anyways, if you look, it's 3 minutes to unload. We'll find out if there's any extra cost to it. Again, I am making some profit off this. Imagine if it was a full ship of a commodity that is actually worth some money. It's out there. And if you have any questions about which ones, ask me. It's different all the time, and when people find out about them, they end up in high demand. Usually you can't sell them right away. I end up sitting on some of them sometimes, but in this case, I can sell all this. We're going to unload. It's another 9.7, so that's 15,000 we've paid. We've made 97,000, so 82,000 credit 82,000 profit. I think that's worth it. It's worth it just for a demonstration. So it does work. If you guys have any trouble doing this or you'd like help doing this, let me know. I'm happy to assist. I'm happy to try and explain. I'm happy to help you find a route that might yield you some money. But this does work. I'm so glad that it works because I don't mind loading with the Alice. I don't mind grinding that sometimes, but I don't like having to do it all the time. This is a great alternative when you just want to get some credits real quick. All right, guys, that's it for me tonight. Leave me comments in the section below. Don't forget, we've got the Discord channel. We've got a wonderful community of nearly 500 users. We play often. We have different groups that go off and doing different things. We've got the org. The org has grown really well lately. We've been doing more with the org, getting more events going. So if you're looking for a good place to hang out, call home, have some fun. Hell, even if you don't want to join the org and you want to come play with some great groups of people, we play outside the org all the time. Guys, I love you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next episode. Take care. Good night.